You're sitting alone right now, phone in hand, thumb moving, scrolling through lives that aren't yours. The room is quiet, too quiet, and there's this hollow feeling sitting in your chest that you've just learned to live with like it's permanent, like it's just part of being a person in the modern world. It isn't. For roughly 300,000 years, no human being ever felt what you're feeling right now. Not because life was easier back then. It absolutely wasn't. It's because being physically alone was almost biologically impossible. You've been taught loneliness is just a mood, a modern glitch, something to manage with an app. It's not. It's the first time in human history your brain has ever had to face this problem alone. So let's go back to a world where you were never, ever alone. Not even when you slept. Here's the reframe nobody gives you. This isn't about mental health. It's about math. For most of human history, people lived in bands of 20 to 50 individuals, hunting, eating, raising children, and sleeping as one constant, overlapping unit. Almost every waking and sleeping hour happened in physical contact with someone else. So loneliness was never a chemical imbalance waiting to be fixed with the right pill. It's an alarm bell, an ancient one. It used to mean exactly one thing. You've been separated from the group, and separation means death. Now it just goes off constantly in a world engineered for separation. So what did never alone actually look like? Physically? Start with sleep, because sleep tells you everything. Anthropologist Carol Worthman spent years studying sleep among the Hadza and Kungsan communities, and what she found breaks almost every rule your doctor gave you. There was no separate bedroom, no door to close. Multiple generations and even unrelated band members slept together in tight clusters around the fire, bodies within arm's reach, sometimes touching. That healthy sleep hygiene checklist, dark room, total silence, sleep alone, is not some ancient wisdom rediscovered. It's brand new. Historically, it's the weird one. And this wasn't just cozy tradition. Sleeping in a pile regulated body temperature between people. It synced breathing. It measurably calmed stress hormones body to body without anyone trying. Picture that fire-lit circle for a second. All those bodies breathing in rhythm. Then picture your bedroom. Door shut. Silent. Alone in the dark by design. And honestly, sleep was the easy part. The bare minimum of togetherness. Try going to the bathroom alone. Anthropologists Kim Hill and Magdalena Hurtado spent decades documenting the Ashe of Paraguay, and one pattern shows up again and again. Nobody did anything alone. Childcare, food processing, tool making. All of it happened in groups, hands overlapping, voices constant. If someone did wander off to do something solo, it wasn't seen as independence. It raised concern, sometimes suspicion. Something was wrong with you if you wanted to be by yourself. Privacy as a thing to want basically didn't exist. And nobody missed it because identity wasn't really individual yet. It was collective. You weren't a person who happened to be in a group. You were a piece of the group. We treat alone time like a luxury now, a spa day, a boundary to protect. Ancient humans would have found that concept almost incomprehensible because a person alone in the savannah wasn't relaxing. They were prey. This wasn't preference. It was survival arithmetic, brutally simple. But the real proof isn't in what they did together. It's in what happened to the ones who got left behind. Banishment used to be a death sentence, not a metaphorical one. Psychologist Kipling Williams has spent his career studying social exclusion, and small-scale societies treated ostracism with a severity that seems almost unthinkable today. Get cast out of the band, and your odds of surviving the season dropped close to zero. No food-sharing network, no protection, no one watching your back at night. Here's the part that should genuinely unsettle you. fMRI studies show that social rejection lights up the exact same neural pathways as physical injury. Your brain doesn't file left out and stabbed in different folders. To your nervous system, they're practically the same event. So that ache you feel scrolling alone at 11 p.m., watching everyone else's highlight reel? That's not sadness dressed up as metaphor. That's a 300,000-year-old alarm system, still fully operational, screaming the exact same message it always has. You are about to die without your tribe. It's not weakness, it's wiring. So if that alarm is still running in your head today, why does modern life seem almost designed to set it off? Add it up. Solo apartments, remote work. Nuclear families spread across time zones instead of sleeping in one firelit circle. Phones that simulate presence without ever actually delivering it. Structurally, modern life is almost a perfect inversion of band living. Where ancient humans had constant contact, we've engineered constant distance and called it independence. Researchers only recently started connecting the timeline directly. Rates of chronic loneliness have climbed in near lockstep with the collapse of physical co-living, decade by decade, country by country. And that reveals something important. You didn't get worse at connecting. Your brain didn't break. The environment around you became more isolating than anything in 300,000 years of human history, and it happened in the blink of an evolutionary eye. Which brings us back to that quiet room. So picture that room again. You, phone in hand, that hollow feeling sitting in your chest like it's just yours to carry. It isn't a flaw, it isn't weakness. It's a 300,000-year-old survival system doing exactly what it was built to do, firing off warnings in a world it was never designed to operate in. You're not lonely because something's wrong with you. You're lonely because you're the first human in history ever expected to be okay being alone. Every ancestor who came before you solved this the same way. Not with an app, not with a scroll, but with a body in the room, a hand within reach, a fire to sit around. Maybe the fix was never complicated. Maybe it was just sitting there the whole time, waiting for you to put the phone down and go find your circle.